Arthur Winston was born in Kansas on March 22, 1906. The son of a sharecropper, North Winston, and his wife Virginia, Arthur would be the third of six children. He started work at age 10 on a cotton farm, but by 1919 boll weevils had eaten much of the cotton crop, and his family moved west to Los Angeles. Arthur soon started what would become the defining professional role of his life when, in 1924, he got a job with the Pacific Electric Railway Company at age 17, cleaning trolley cars. He left the job 4 years later in 1928, but would return on January 24, 1934, and continued to work there unbroken for the next 7 decades. The Pacific Electric Railway Company would change and merge with other public transportation services over the years, eventually becoming the Metropolitan Transit Authority, and Mr. Winston was there for all of it. His job was to wash and clean the buses and trolley cars. He considered becoming a bus driver, but the racist limitations at the time did not allow black bus drivers. In his position as a cleaner, he also faced discrimination. He was paid 41 cents an hour with no raises for almost a decade, but white cleaners were paid 50 cents with frequent raises. It was ugly, but there was nothing we could really do about it. Not a thing, he said. In the 1940s, racial limitations were lifted on bus drivers, but Arthur said by that time he was middle-aged, and his wife Frances worked as a seamstress, and they were settled. So he decided against the career change and stayed with the job he knew and enjoyed. In his later years, he lived with his great-granddaughter and her infant son, Arthur's great-great-grandchild. He would wake up at 4:30 on weekday mornings, put on his uniform, eat a breakfast bowl of malto meal, and drive his 1978 Oldsmobile Cutlass to work. He supervised a team of 9 men and women as they cleaned and shined the buses. The crew always on the move with buckets, soap, ammonia, mops, and ladders. He was a respected fixture of the depot, beloved by his team, the bus drivers, and other staff of the MTA, as well as his neighbors who would talk with him and ask him for advice on a variety of life's topics. His boss once said, "We wouldn't know what to do without him. Once he arrives, we sort of know everything is going to be all right today." Whenever asked, Arthur said that he was worried about what might happen if he was idle during his retirement. Stop in one place too long, you freeze up. Freeze up, you're done for. He had no absences or sick days. He never arrived late or left early. Anytime he felt sick, he took a spoonful of milk of magnesium, saying it helped him to feel better, and he made it to work. The employee with the next highest seniority at the city transit had 50 years in, and even that was more than 2 decades fewer than Arthur. A search by staff of records with the American Department of Transportation and the U.S. Labor Department said there was nothing matching what Arthur Winston had done. With his first year starting in the 1920s, combined with his continuous employment after 1934, he had about 75 years in, and was still going into his late 90s. He's believed to be the oldest legally employed worker to have had the longest working career of anybody, and with the same employer at that. Arthur said he learned a strong work ethic from his father, saying they always got up at 6 and went out, rain or shine. He said you should always arrive 15 minutes early to your shift. Keep your uniform crisp. Mr. Winston said that staying humble and living simply was the key to a good life. He said, use the money you earn wisely, and don't rush when doing things. Don't spend too much time dwelling on the past. He also advised against using credit cards. They don't do nothing but bring about worry. Worry will kill you. Don't exercise too much, don't drink too much alcohol, or take too many pills, especially in older age when he believed they hurt more than they help. He only missed one day of work in his more than 70 years on the job to attend his wife's funeral in 1989, which sometimes misreported as 1988. The couple had been married for 65 years. The bus terminals in Los Angeles are all named simply by number, the 4th Division Terminal, the 12th, and so on. Only one bears a special, unique designation, the Arthur Winston Terminal, which was renamed in his honor in 1998. He was touched by the gesture, adding, "I guess if you take things day by day, you live long enough, and if you live long enough, you see things you never thought you'd see. That's sort of how it is with them naming the place after me. Of course, I'm not going to leave just because it's got my name on it. If I did, you'd probably see me freeze up and get sick. If I got sick, I'd probably die in about 33 days. He noted how much things changed in the city over the decades, both good and bad. The disassembly of the streetcar lines, riots, and the sprawl of the city that left people socially detached and isolated from others. But there were high times too, including the Olympics in 1984, when the public transportation system received a huge influx of upgrades and promotion. In 1996, President Bill Clinton gave Arthur Winston the honorary citation of Employee of the Century. On March 22, 2006, Arthur put on a suit instead of his uniform for the first time at the start of his workday. It was his 100th birthday, and it would be his retirement day from work. He was offered a position as a spokesperson for the 99-cent store, and he said, "I'll be on the move. I'm not going to sit and mope in the house." On April 14, 2006, less than a month after retiring, Arthur passed away in his sleep. He was laid to rest in Englewood Park Cemetery, a quiet end to the extraordinary life of one of the hardest working people in history.